You run like a boy.
Hello and welcome to the final podcast, the last podcast you will ever listen to.
That's right, your final bros are here. It's Brian Hopper Lacrosse and Shane My Body Cells Smith.
Oh, yeah, it does. This is a hot podcast.
Yeah, it is. This is the hottest podcast around. As I'm sure you've heard it before, you'll hear it 1,000 times. We're a hard podcast, but we're also the most fuckable podcast around.
Been saying it. You know what's sad? This is the end. This is the end of M. Night Shyamalan month. It's over.
Month was good.
But we're on to other things.
Bigger, and some would say better things, maybe.
Next month starts sequel September, which we're going to bleed into October. Real deep into October.
Yeah, we got some sequels, but do not think like, we're just doing... We got some good sequels.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some good stuff.
Yeah. We only throw the best stuff, except our first episode may not be the best movie.
No, but
we gotta get through it.
I'm sure people have seen it.
Yeah, we gotta get through it. All right, M. Night Shyamalan month. Literally, what more can be said about the guy? We've been talking about him for 4 weeks straight.
The man, the myth, the twist.
Yes, king of the twist. You know what we haven't mentioned? A movie he didn't direct, but I believe produced and maybe wrote? Devil.
I knew you were going to fucking say that movie.
I love that movie.
Of course you do. They're trapped in an elevator. Is there a devil? I don't know.
I love it. Do you like that movie? I don't remember.
No, not really. It's okay. It's okay.
It's a guilty pleasure movie for me.
Of course it is.
But I give it a 9.
A 9?
No, and I wouldn't give it a 9.
I literally just almost put this microphone in my mouth. I was like, a 9?
Realistically, probably an 8. I like it. I like it a lot.
I'll tell you exactly what I gave it. No, in case we review it. I don't want to that. I'm going to blow my load.
To be fair, I haven't seen that movie in a while. Probably going to lower it when I rewatch it. For this podcast, we're going to do it now.
More like that 6 range, probably.
Yeah, probably.
I don't want to have to fucking pop.
God, that noise is just too much. Too much sex.
This is a sexy show.
Sex sells.
I don't know what happened to us. Why did we get so sexy?
I don't know. It's like was one day I woke up and I'm like, wow, let's make this podcast sexier.
That's what I've been hearing. I'm like, this was never a sexy show. I don't know where the sex appeal.
I don't know. I don't know.
Sexual magnetism.
Brian, you know what's the sexiest thing in the world?
Adrian Brody playing a kid with Down syndrome.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually going to say Bryce Dallas Howard. But
she's a redhead, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know how this podcast feels about redheads.
We love redheads.
We do.
I love redheads.
Oh, we definitely do.
I think like if I had to like choose like my favorite like groups of women.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. White redheads.
Yeah.
Followed by Asians.
Yep.
And then black women.
Yeah.
Those are my top 3.
It's true. You've actually been pretty consistent with that for your entire life.
Yeah. Those are my types. Those were my types.
It's true. It's true.
But it's amazing how like the redhead thing prevailed.
It did. You couldn't get more red.
No, you couldn't. I always wanted to get like I wanted to wake up in the middle of the night and just like see like my significant other kind of like embody Chucky.
Well, you know what it is? With a redhead, you can never lose them because their head is like a lighthouse where it's always this prevailing light in the crowd.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
A.K.A. the Wood Nymph. A.K.A. the Wood Blind Girl.
It's funny. We've been calling her a wood nymph for like a while now, but is she even a wood nymph isn't she like a fucking Sprigatu or something?
Sprigatu.
It's like a weird name.
A Stygian.
Wait, isn't that a fish, or am I thinking of a sturgeon?
There's a sturgeon. The Stygian is the fucking bat thing in Blood Vessel.
Oh my
on Final Friday.
What a great movie.
There's a new movie that's coming out. It's The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Did you see that?
No.
It's got, what's the dude's name? He supported the Baratheons in Game of Thrones. The beard. Sir Davos?
Yes, Sir Davos.
He's in it.
Oh, it's like a submarine or something?
Yeah, Last Voyage of the Demeter. And it has like that bat thing.
Yes.
I'm like, this is the Stygian.
Okay. I actually know exactly what movie you're talking about. Kind of want to see it.
I want to see it too. I've been hearing a lot of hype about that new A24 movie.
Which one?
That came out last year, but now is in theaters for some reason. It's called like Talk to Me.
I've never.
It's about like this weird, like these people are like trying to like bring people back with an embalmed hand. Apparently, it's really good.
Okay. I mean, I'll watch anything. So
I'm hearing good things about it, so I'm getting hyped because I love A24 shit.
well, I'm gonna jump into the spooky bit.
Oh yeah, we haven't done that yet. You're right.
No, we should do that.
The Village was released in 2004. A small remote village surrounded by woods experiences oddities that challenge the town's beliefs and their way of life. Also, Adrian Brody's snot count is remarkable. This film was directed by M. Night Shyamalan. It stars Bryce Dallas Howard as Ivy Walker, Joaquin Phoenix as Lucius Hunt, Sigourney Weaver as Alice Hunt, William Hurt as Edward Walker, Adrian Brody as Noah Percy, Brendan Gleeson as August Nicholson. So, is this his most stacked cast yet? Like,
Yes. They're like out of his early movies, this is.
I would say you probably not. Like, I don't think you could get more star powered than probably either McAvoy or Bruce Willis. I feel like those guys in their times.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the thing. Like Bruce Willis is like a big get, but he's one guy.
Exactly. You're talking like how deep
In terms
the
of a
bench.
cast, yeah.
How deep's the bench?
Yeah. The Village is the deepest
You
bench.
can make an argument for Sigourney Weaver, but it's not in Sigourney Weaver's time. Like, I feel like Bruce Willis, late 90s.
Which is thing is signs with Mel Gibson.
Fair.
Like Mel Gibson was big in that time period
Fair,
too.
before he like sworn off the Jewish population.
You kind of don't come back from that.
But he did.
He did actually.
He kind of crawled back.
Because he
I think he wrote a book and everybody forgave him.
Isn't that how that works?
He's exactly how it works. But I'll be honest, I was a big fan of Mel Gibson because I had this thing where like sometimes you gotta just separate the person from the artwork. I think he's brilliant. Acting, filmmaking, probably even better. Like he's brilliant. OJ's a great football player. Okay?
Yeah.
Right?
He's also good at Twitter.
Twitter is really great. Somehow the Iron Sheik is literally one of the. You ever follow this guy's Twitter account?
It's wild.
It's literally incredible. He's still tweeting and he's in the grave.
Yeah.
He just not passed away.
He's still making fun of Hulk Hogan.
He still wants to fucking kill Hulk Hogan. Like
he's like, yeah, Bubba Hulk Hogan. He's that son of a bitch.
I'm like, how is this happening right now?
The Iron Sheik telepathically from heavens, like tweeting out.
It's a goated Twitter account.
It really is. But no, yeah, Mel Gibson in terms of like filmography and stuff, great.
But yeah,
Lethal Weapons, Patriot.
Yeah, 100%.
Love it.
Braveheart. Like
Yeah.
he's Mel Gibson.
He's almost as good as Seagal.
Well, nobody is.
Yeah, it's hard to be as good as Seagal.
Yep. Unless your name is Dolph Lundgren.
You're up there, or Eric Roberts.
It's true. In any case, this could be his most stacked movie.
Yeah. I mean, you already went through the cast, so I'm not going to repeat you.
There's more. But
yeah.
there's more.
Did you even mention like Judy Greer?
Judy Greer, Jesse Eisenberg, the dude that was at France Camp from
Yeah.
Cabin in the Woods, the Catherine Dunbar from House of Cards.
Yeah, they're all in it.
Just pulling them out. I'm
yeah.
sure there's even more that I don't even know about.
Yeah, I'm sure. But let's actually talk about the movie. So this movie, we start it. We're in a village.
I feel like you open up and Brendan Gleeson's already dropping a crazy monologue.
He
right out
is,
of the get-go.
right? Because they're at the feast, right? You see a burial and then a feast.
Yeah, because they do the funeral. His son died, and it's so sad, like right off the get-go. It's super good monologue.
Yeah. And
Super sad.
we learn, like, they don't have medicine, and, like, Lucius, which is played by Joaquin Phoenix, is like, well, if we could go to the towns and get medicines, we could help people.
So they don't establish a time period, but what you're assuming is, like, probably somewhere in,
Pilgrimage. I was thinking 1600s,
Maybe-
right?
yeah,
Because
I said
1600s was Pilgrims.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because the Revolutionary was 1776. Pilgrims would have been, so 1600s.
Absolutely.
I guess that is.
Yeah.
Was that 1700s? I don't know how time works with like the 100, because 1600s is like 17, right?
1776 was the Revolutionary
War, and Pilgrims were
Declaration.
before that.
They would have had to be.
Yes.
Correct.
So it was whatever time period is before that. We're not history
No,
guys.
I'm absolutely not one. So yeah, I'm just trying to put 1 and 2 together.
Exactly. I can't. We gotta get the Huck man back on this so we could talk about putting 1 and 2 together again.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're not history guys, but we're in a time period of most likely pilgrims. They dress like pilgrims. So they have feasts. They're all together in their close-knit thing. Like I said, now Lucius wants to leave this village, not to permanently leave, but get medicines to help people. Apparently, though, the towns are very dangerous, and they can't go into the woods because the woods are guarded by thou who should not be named, a.k.a. Lord Voldemort.
They should not be named. So their village is surrounded by the woods.
Yeah.
The woods are a creepy place. Anything can happen in the woods. Always said it. You know it's real. Because we've always said it on this podcast.
Yeah.
In that, the whole town, like, if there's any sign of thou who shall not be named, they will ring the bell. Everybody's going to hide in their house. It's the whole thing. There's an agreement here between the village and the
Others.
We'll call them the people we won't name.
Yeah.
That, like, they won't cross over a certain line to go into the wood. They will not do it. And if they don't do it, then these other creatures won't come and murder and mutilate their children.
Yes.
In front of them to a bloody pulp while banging their wives.
Yes.
Of the husbands.
They are triggered by the color red, so anything red in the town has to be hidden.
Correct, because that's their color.
Yeah. Knowing how this movie goes, was there a reason that the color red was the color they chose, or is it actually just random? I just wonder if there was significance to the color red, because I don't think it's established if there is.
It's a great point.
It's not a plot hole. I was just curious if there's a reason
it's
for
not a plot hole. I just think it's just like
the color they chose.
It's the color they chose. I also just think it's like it resembles blood. So like I don't know if it's something that just like because of their past. I don't know. If it's just like they blood is not a good color.
No, they're not a fan of blood.
So I don't know if it just builds into it.
It's like a trigger. Maybe like red is a trigger.
Yeah, or maybe it's just like good folklore.
Yeah,
like for them.
that's also
it could be a couple things.
Because yellow's the neutral color. Yellow's the color they wear as like a sign of peace to go a little into the forest to do things.
Yeah, it looks like it's something that you could put on like on a hot dog.
Yeah, well, or a pretzel.
Or a pretzel, because you wouldn't put any other yellow substance on.
No, because to be fair, the yellow they wear is mustard yellow.
It's mustard. That is literally like French's yellow.
Yeah. So
I saw it. I'm like, that's not like that's a French yellow.
Yeah, like, is that guy a pretzel, or is he just a person wearing mustard yellow?
Yeah, is that guy a pretzel, or is that actually like Brendan Gleeson?
I mix them up all the time. All right, so let's like describe the town. You got Lucius. We went over him. Let's talk about the two other main characters. You have Ivy, who is the blind girl in the town. She's very sweet. She's kind of boyish. She even says she's boyish.
She's a tomboy.
She's a little tomboy. She's a blind tomboy. She takes care of the town loon, the town crazy, Noah.
Noah, they're friends.
Yeah.
Noah Percy.
Yeah.
Played by Adrian Brody.
You know, a great man once said in a movie, you never go full retard.
He went full.
Yeah. Like, Robert Downey said that for a reason.
Yeah.
And he's
out there.
He's
not bad, though.
No, he's not. He's actually really good in this
one of those
movie.
things where, like, what happened to Adrian Brody? Because, like, that early 2000s Adrian Brody is fire.
What's crazy is that man fucked a Splice and was never seen again. I almost feel like we need to review Splice just to figure out what happened to Adrian Brody's career after that movie.
He, like, fucked a petri dish out of Hollywood?
Yeah, like, he literally did, though. Like, can you name a movie he did after Splice? It's the latest movie I could think of that he was in.
He's in shit, but it's not, like, it's, like, straight to DVD shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he was on top of the world. He fucking won an Oscar for The Pianist, right?
Well, yeah, he was just doing shit like, and like, you want to talk about like murdering? He was murdering.
Yeah. Like, a low-key, one of my favorite movies he ever did, and I actually just realized we should do this on the podcast.
It's the Jacket.
Yes.
We're going to talk about The Jacket.
I fucking love that movie.
It's a good movie.
Him and Keira Knightley.
Yeah, that girl weighs like 40 pounds.
It's actually scary how skinny she is. You
can't get more skinny. She's a little human rib.
It's mean but true.
She's so skinny.
She is. But you weren't making fun of me, right? You actually do like the jacket?
It's a good movie,
Yeah,
Shane.
I really like that movie.
Makes you think it's a good movie.
It is. We're going to do it. I'm throwing it on the list.
Ooh, I like that move. One more time. Nice.
Yeah.
You call that.
I don't know the list.
God, that's why you gotta watch our YouTube. So you can see
shit like
fucking moves.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Final Podcast, because the audio, you're not seeing me do this. The video, you're seeing this.
Oh God, I'm delirious. It's almost 12.
I know. It's, yeah, we're getting there. I gotta drive home.
You'll be fine. You'll make it.
Yeah.
Just don't hit a deer.
No.
Just don't go in the woods either. Don't cross.
I won't cross the woods. Like this movie, you don't cross the woods. But people do cross the woods, a.k.a. Noah, because Noah hands these red berries to Ivy, and then Lucius is like, yo, you're just holding the bag. Lucius is that guy. He's just like so quiet and ominous. Girls fucking fawn over him.
Yeah,
It's so weird.
He's that moody emo in the group.
And the girls are just fucking... The dam is breaking.
He's like, well, I'm not going to cut my wrist and black my eyes, but I'm definitely going to attempt this whole, like, go into the woods thing. I actually hold the record for the game you guys play.
Yeah.
For, like, longest to see, like, who can stand closest, hearing all the weird noises out there, the rustling of the trees.
Yeah.
The incoming beasts coming.
Yeah.
And I am going to still stand here, unafraid.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, the Jesse Eisenbergers of the world are terrified.
Yeah. I feel no emotions, and girls love that.
Yeah. It's true. So much so that this girl, Judy Greer's character, fucking hard crushes over him.
Oh, my God.
He breaks her heart in the worst way possible by a scene cut.
Yo, they don't even show what she says. She's just sobbing.
The response must be so brutal.
But she lands on her feet because she gets engaged to a different man literally a week later.
The dude from Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, she picks it right back up. She's fine. But this is done because Ivy loves Lucius. And Lucius loves Ivy. And Lucius does that thing where he's just like, I don't acknowledge you because I love you so much.
He's doing the whole, like, I actually may never have showed you. In fact, you might have felt I probably... your fucking guts because of how much I avoided you and didn't like ever like hang out with you. But the truth is, I just fucking love you and I love how blind you are.
He's like, I think about your blindness from morning till night and I just want to lick your eyes.
God, this is so dark. But in all honesty, she's so sweet.
She is. I actually, like, we're being assholes, but, like, their romance is actually really adorable. It's like, really adorable.
It does get kind of, like, really romantic, like, out of nowhere.
Yeah, when they, their
romantic.
first kiss, I actually want to passion bump their first kiss. I love it.
Is it just, like, one of those things where it's just, like, it's just the dialogue that just gives you a boner?
Yes. Like, it's actually beautiful.
You got that boner log.
Yeah.
Passion bumps.
Passion bump for love.
Passion bumps.
You're always a romantic.
I guess I am. Like people are passion bumping people, hooking up, like really just railing each other.
It's
or
not Shyamalan style.
I saw a beautiful kiss. I was like, we got passion bump that. That's love right there, baby.
That's love. Yeah. I mean, we did jump ahead a little bit, so we'll kind of fill.
Oh yeah, we'll fill some gaps.
We'll fill the context in. But you're right. So let's just start off with him being a skeptic.
Yeah.
He wants medicine. He's sick of seeing people die. I think it was one of his friends that died. It was Brendan Gleeson's son. Yep. So he really thinks like they need medicine. So he's gonna bring it up to the council because there's a council of elders, which is like Sigourney Weaver, William Hurt, Brendan Gleeson. That he wants to go there to cross through the woods and go to the towns. He said the towns obviously are this place that they don't want them to go to, or just like they're skeptical because they have to cross the woods. Is not going to go over well.
No, they deny him. And once he like starts asking and he's getting denied, weirder things start happening, like skinned animals start appearing in the village.
Yeah, they're completely skinned.
So they're getting nervous that the creatures are like getting word, I guess, that like people want to leave.
And then I know like Michael Pitt does like he's watching on top, and there's like a bell up there, and you see them,
you ring the bell.
Any sign of that because they wear these red cloaks.
Yeah,
you ring the bell. So there's one night where he's up there. He sees one.
Yeah, rings the bell. Everyone's panicking, and Ivy's like sniffing. Well, she's like, he's outside.
Well, it's like one of those things where, like, if you're blind, you get all the other senses are heightened, and she could actually they're so heightened. Could you imagine, like, they're so heightened you just smell color? She can smell his color.
Yeah, she's like, his purple's coming over here. So she stands outside her door, hand out, and she's like, I will fucking stand out here until I die, but I know he's going to come and take my hand and save me.
Greer's like, you're out of your mind. You're literally off your rocker. You can't see anything. Get your ass back here.
I'm not going to go out and get you because I'm scared, but just come back. You're blind, come back.
You're brave. I get it.
Yeah.
You're a tomboy. I'm a bitch, but, like, you're going to die.
Yeah. She's like, I'm going to be in a bad Halloween movie in like 20 years.
Oh, you like Judy Greer. Everybody.
I love Judy Greer.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
Another redhead.
Redheads. They be hitting.
They be hitting.
That's the moral of this podcast lately.
But what Shyamalan does well is the camera angles of these creatures in the red.
Yeah.
Because they're like basically these weird looking faces, and they got like these like
long claws
and these like sticks coming out of their back.
Were they like, I took it as like spikes almost, like they were like almost like a porcupine back?
Maybe. It looked like fucking sticks.
It does. It kind of makes sense.
Yeah, that's what they're made of. They look like porcupines. But yeah, they see them just like at the door. And then one of them is just like, while you see her, she's blind. She just has her hand out. There is one that is slowly approaching her.
Yes. But Lucius, the gentleman, the savior, grabs her hand, pulls her inside, shuts the door, and hides in the cellar with them. And they hold hands. I almost want to passion bump this handhold.
You want to passion bump
I won't passion bump it again.
Sweet, though.
But it's so sweet. This is crazy. This is a very good love story.
It is. It is a really good love story. Because it's literally like, okay, so that they're at the door, but whatever, they're in the basement. It's like next day, like he waits on the porch for her, and then he's basically telling her like he did not have to wait on this porch. He's waiting on this porch because he needs to protect her. That's why he was looking out for her.
Yep.
She smelled his color. She knew he was coming, and he saved her because he loves her, even though he never expressed the emotion before.
No, like you said, he outwardly made it that he hated her, but he loved her the whole time.
Yeah.
So that led, obviously, to the kiss.
It's that brooding in him.
Yes. Then we break into, like, her sister gets married. They have the wedding ceremony. Actually, the wedding ceremony, isn't that what leads into the creatures?
Yeah, it does.
So actually, the wedding ceremony had happened first.
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry. The wedding happened. The creatures happened. After their kiss, they are proposed to get married within, like, a week or two or something like that. That's never going to happen.
How could it?
Because we didn't mention Noah is in love with Ivy.
Well, they play together, but you really don't really realize it.
Yeah.
Really, until he finds out about this proposed wedding.
And he just shows up to Lucius's place and fucking stabs him. And I didn't remember. I remember like where this movie goes. I forgot he gets stabbed. So when he gets stabbed the first time and I see Noah react and go to him, I'm like, oh, Noah just realized what he did was wrong. He feels bad. He's going to help him. Fucking repeatedly stabs him. It actually shocked me.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't remember that he then...
First of all, the way the whole scene is shot is incredible. Like,
yeah.
The way it looks, because it just looks like they're going to have a conversation. He approaches them, and then, like, the camera pans down to see, like, the knife in his gut. And then you're right, like, he drops, it's slow paced, and then he kind of, like, you're right, like, you think he's just going to be like, oh my God, like, what did I do? But he actually just gets on top of him and repeatedly stabs him.
Yeah, like, I thought he was going to show remorse. He doesn't.
No.
Like, there is actually, from this, like, you think maybe he could be redeemed? No, he's a bad person. Well, like, he's bad.
At this point, I just don't know how, like, this guy just wasn't, like, locked up.
So that's the thing, and that's what's very interesting about this. When you realize the twist, this is probably the first crime that has ever been committed since...
Yeah. It's just almost like a misnomer with the idea of the village.
Well, because they even kind of, like, they don't know what to do with him. They just lock him in that house, that small house. I fucking love, though. So the parents find Noah locked, like, on the porch. He's covered in blood. They don't know whose blood it is.
He's like, bad color.
Yeah, bad color. Oh, And then Ivy's like, I can't smell. Like, she's like, she knows, like, knows, like, Lucius is hurt. She finds him. He's covered in blood. She's like, I can't smell his color or can't see his color. And it's really sad. It's like really sad.
He's in the big cone.
Yeah. And so he's dying. And she's like, I will go to the town and get medicines and yeah. And the dad's like, no. But then the dad talks to the doctor and he's like, is there anything to save him? And the doctor's like, prayer. And then this is when you start to see the facade of it all. He's like,
facade.
It's fakeade, right? It's fakeade.
Not even close.
Is it fakeade?
Not even close. I love your attempts. It's facade.
Oh, really?
The facade. I like
facade.
the facade, though. It's like a new take on the arcade. It's the fakeade.
Well, it's spelled fakeade.
It is spelled fakeade, Shane.
So there you go. Close enough. The facade of it all. I'm there now. We're here. He says to the guy, no, but seriously, like, what do we actually do to save him?
He's just like, all right, like, what is it going to take?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, the sheet is starting to come down of this whole,
and I think at that point, you're like, okay, well, like, I may have had my suspicions that this village is not legit. Like, you kind of, like...
You get hints. There's hints.
My first time watching it, I kind of also felt like they may not be real. So, like, even, like, now I've seen this movie, like, 20 times. I've seen it so many times. It's, like, I know it, but, like, it's very clear that this is not legit.
Yeah.
But when he says that, you know for sure it's not legit.
Because he's openly being like, if I just went to the town, like, what can I get to help him?
Yeah.
So that's when he takes his daughter, Ivy, and actually, before he even does that, I just want to bring up one scene. I absolutely love this scene. They bring Ivy to see Noah, and she fucking just slaps the shit out of him. I love that scene.
He thinks he's gonna it's gonna be like a pleasant conversation. She repeatedly belts him to the point where the kid's parents gotta take her out.
Yes, I actually love that scene, and I love that they let her get a few slaps in on him.
Oh,
because I feel like they knew that's what she was gonna do.
I just can't believe he got back out.
Yeah. So now we'll go back. The dad brings Ivy to a shed.
Yep. And this is where she kind of she's blind. Like they do the film like the film shots they do a really good job. She walks into it and she sees the red costumes of
she doesn't see it, but he has her reach out and feel it,
and we see it. We see them.
She freaks out. She starts to almost scream, but he holds her.
It's all the stories, all the fear of going out and kind of internalizing them in the village. And now you know that it's just a story he tells her. It's just a story they say because they don't want people going to the towns. They want everybody to stay in the village. Mm-hmm. They control kind of everybody in there.
Yeah, in
a way. So right away, you're thinking, okay, well, this is weird. This could be kind of a cult or you. The thing about this movie is you think it takes you back to more of the bad controlling things that cults do or that religions do.
Exactly.
But it's. The ending of this movie makes you realize that it's the reason and the logic why they created the village, it's so well intentioned.
Exactly. And that's why we said it. This is the first twist that the monsters aren't real. The second twist is the twist of the movie. Yeah. I feel like this twist is almost he kind of wanted you to figure out.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. He left breadcrumbs.
Yes. It's the second twist, which is the reveal of why they're there, which is I like that a lot. Yeah. I like your idea, your rewrite.
I wish there was a different cut of this movie.
Your rewrite is really good.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that.
I actually think it could have been equally as good as the ending of this movie.
It's a darker take on the movie.
Darker.
All right. Yeah, you want to get to it when we actually do the reveal? Okay, cool. So, all right, she knows they're fake now. So they're going to send her out with two other guys, Finton and Kristoff. Kristoff is the guy from Cabin in the Woods.
The other guy's Michael Pitt, yeah.
Yep. And she's like, we have the magic rocks. We'll be able to let us pass. She already knows the monsters are fake.
And if you don't get it now, you definitely know it's fake. Magic rocks, they've never heard of this.
Yeah, well, because even the two of them, they're like, we've never heard of magic rocks before.
She literally grasps her hand, fucking magic rocks.
Yeah. they both like just dip on her. Like the one guy dips right away.
Yeah.
The other guy makes it through the first like rainstorm.
She's like, my stomach feels like raw, like I'm
Yeah.
out here, and she's like, dude, just leave.
Yeah.
Because you hear like rustling of the trees, and you're like, now that you know the monsters are fake, why are they hearing this? I think it's just because of the fear.
Yes.
It's created like this, like you're always gonna believe, even when she knows it's fake, she still believes.
Well,
it's
that's
real.
also the thing though. They're in a wildlife preservation. There's animals.
There is animals. It's true. There is gonna be rustling. There's gonna be trees.
Yeah. There's
It's a really
deer and all that stuff. So they both leave her.
Snow pure sea.
They both leave a blind girl, mind you, to fend for herself
Yeah, that's like
in
the-
perceived monster
that's the-
territory.
That's the ironic part about it. But she's a woman too. She's
Yeah,
like
it's
fucking
sick.
badass.
Yeah, she's fucking awesome. Especially, so she's going, she falls in a hole, panics a little bit, but gets out of the hole.
Yeah.
And that hole is very important
Very important.
because it plays off. So this is like the double twist to a twist. This is like the 1.5 twist is she's out there, but then the creature's behind her.
Yeah, she is. So she hears the things. And you're like, okay, well, like it's in her head, but like it's like she's been told all these stories. Like she's still hearing rustling just because like of the fear and the control. But this thing is attacking her.
Yes. And I thought for a second when they first show it behind her, I thought it was going to be like, oh, he's doing like a camera trick. This is what she perceives is behind him.
Yeah.
But eventually something's going to come up to her and it's going to be like a fucking deer or something.
Yeah.
No, she gets attacked.
Mm-hmm.
And she, though, like you said, the badass as she is, does the fucking stand in front of the hole, move,
Senses, yeah, she moves.
thing falls.
Some ninja shit.
Yeah. This is the 1.5 twist. We cut back to the village. Should we talk about William Hurt's big speech, though, he gives first?
We can't, because William Hurt, like, for, like, he's got, like, decent screen time.
Yeah.
But, like, every scene he's in is just, he's such a convincing actor. Like,
Yeah.
he's such a strong performance and, like, I feel like a limited scope in this movie.
Yes. So basically, once he tells everyone at the village that, like, he sent Ivy out, they're like, oh, you've jeopardized everything. And he's like, we built this place on hope.
Mm-hmm.
We built this place on, like, starting anew and the hope that we could live in a peaceful place. And right now, she is hope going to help. Like, he's like, what do we have here if we can't, like, have that to, like, help others? He's like, that's what this place was built on. He says it a lot better than me and a lot more
you're right.
convincing than me,
No.
but, like, it's so good.
Yeah, to the point where, like, Brendan Gleeson actually, like, even, like, he even has a conversation with Sigourney about it.
Yeah.
Sigourney is Lucius's mother.
Yeah.
And she says, it's against our way. Like, she should not go.
Yeah.
And he's like, he made up his mind. And I even actually like the idea of, like, the whole, so Sigourney lost, like, the husband. And then, like, he lost his wife.
Yeah.
But he, like, she wants to be with him, but, like, because of everything that happened, he can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, he can't do it. And I actually really like that about this movie. It's because they're trying to find, like, this common ground, and that all it's still there. He can't, like, move on from that.
Yeah. It's very well done.
I think it's really well. It is really well done in, like, this, like, all these people that are, like, trying to mend.
Yes. So after this, the speech, they go and realize that Noah has broken out, and Noah also has found one of the costumes. So when we cut back to Ivy at the hole, they look down the hole. It wasn't the monster. The monsters are indeed fake. It was Noah in there. And this is so well done because
He's dead, dude.
he's dead. She's blind. She comes back and will tell the story that she was attacked and defeated a monster. She couldn't see it was Noah. They even say Noah didn't die. Noah's sacrifice will be remembered as all time as keeping the village alive. He'll be honored. He'll be buried. But he is now officially, like, he will be the monster that is real.
Yeah, I like that. It's a good way to put it. He'll be the monster that's real. It's true. And that's how he's remembered. And it's sad, but it is the truth. It's not even like they're made up monsters. Like, one of them in there was the monster, unfortunately, just because of, I guess, the circumstance. But it is human emotion at the end of the day, even if he was, like, mentally challenged.
Yeah.
But my rebuttal to this.
Yes.
She has this super ability to sniff out colors
Yeah.
and shit. She didn't sniff out his color.
That's a great point, too. How did she not know? Because doesn't she mention Noah has a color?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a little iffy.
I mean, I guess you could say, like, she wasn't super close to him, but then again, like, she smells shit in the air. Maybe there's a scent on the... It might be, like, a scent on the thing.
So she might actually just thought it was a monster.
Yeah. But I do like the way they do it, though, at the end, because I'd rather them do it that way and have that as a problematic piece, because it's super cool. She thinks she was attacked by one of them.
Yeah.
And they're like, the parents already know that it was Noah.
Exactly. And they easily will just sell it, and now everyone will believe it, and they can live on. So let's continue Ivy's story. She defeats the monster. She gets to the edge of the gate. She climbs the gate, gets over it. And then this is another mini twist. Guy drives up in a car.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, we're not in the 1600s.
Yeah, she just hops a fence,
Yeah.
and a guy is in a fucking car. And I think you see the fact that on the outside, they're in a wildlife preserve.
And it specifically says Walker Wildlife Preserve, which is the name of her father.
Yeah, so right away you know that they have created a village far away from society.
Inside.
And it's in modern times.
Yes. And as this is going on, we also get shots of them opening the box.
Yes, there was a black box that they said that they don't go into, they don't look in.
It holds their secrets. And this is my favorite twist of the movie.
Yes, me too. I agree with you. This is the strong,
Yes.
really strong twist in my opinion.
So they actually do a good job too. Damn it. Like M. Night, the crumbs. Two people talk about people they had lost. One about someone going into the towns and being found dead in the river and stuff like that. When they open the box, you see a picture of all of them at grief counseling and clippings of the people they lost and how they lost them. And there were stories told that were just slightly altered to how it actually happened that brought them all together. And I think that's so well done.
It is well done. So they take like their grief counseling group in their modern society where they're still dealing with hardship, where they may never escape it. And they said, let's collectively build something together, far removed, far away from, our heartbreak. And just, it's like the idea of just like, let's literally go old style, old fashioned Puritan dialogue and literally just shelter us, like not to be away from like the modern way or like, the way of heartbreak. Let's create a world together where we can kind of like, and they do it with fear, it's like it's like old school civilization, but they do it with fear, intimidation. But this way, they keep everybody close, tight knit,
And harmonized.
Harmonized, yeah, exactly.
Now, obviously, this was all an idea built off grief and loss. Brian's idea.
My idea is a little different.
Yeah.
So I thought a cool twist of this movie, potentially even better than this twist.
Yeah.
So you find out that you hear like little like breadcrumbs, like you said, of like how each of their family members have died. They open the black box. You see that they were all part of a grief group. My idea was they actually are the murderers. They all collectively murdered through various reasons, met up through maybe a grief group or met up in some way and decided to escape and create their secret society in the woods, technically on the lam. So they're like just creating it, building their own society to be free from
Persecution, arrest,
the law.
Yeah. Much darker. I kind of like it. I like the idea that it seemed all pure and innocent, and the society was built off of dark intentions.
Yeah, dark intentions. So the exact opposite of the Shyamalan route.
Yes,
so,
where he went, it was built off of a place of kindness and trying to cope.
Yeah. That's also good.
No, they're both good. I like the dark one.
I thought that would have been sick.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been a little crazy.
So let's just finish up Ivy's story. She talks to this man. She's like, I need medicine. She's like, I hear kindness in your heart. Can you please help me? He goes, he talks to his boss, Shyamalan. He's like, don't talk to the strangers. We don't have airplanes going over here anymore.
Yes, I remember a guy who was talking about airplanes. That guy doesn't do a whole hullabaloo, which you can only assume is probably Edward Walker.
Yeah. And he sneaks out a bunch of medicines. He gives them to Ivy. He even gets her a ladder to go back over to the other side. She makes it all the way back. She gives the medicines to Lucius. She kisses his hand. And that's it. I believe the intention is he survives, is a happy ending
100%.
movie.
I actually really like, 'cause she's like, she comes in and she's like one of the last scenes, she's like, Lucius, like, I'm back.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like how it ends. It is really touching. It is it's really a romance. Like, this is a love story.
Yeah.
But it's also just like a good mystery.
Yes.
I would say more like love story mystery with horror elements in it.
Yeah.
I would say that's not like a true horror.
No, definitely not. But it's enough that we were able to cover it here.
Oh, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, definitely has horror elements.
There's like literally a monster in it.
When I remember when I first saw this back in 2004 when it came out. I didn't see it in the movies, but I saw it when it came out on DVD. Like, I had no idea this was just like not a true horror movie.
Well, it was advertised as a horror movie.
Yeah, because I remember like those things were creepy looking. You saw them in the trailer off on distance. And then I think when I first watched it, I didn't love it because I'm like, wow, this is actually not scary. It's not what I expected. But the stories are super good.
That's the thing. I feel like it's a movie when you take yourself out of the trailer and you just watch it, not knowing what it's about. It's much better.
Yeah.
Because the trailer is very misleading.
If you're going in to watch people get killed by creepy things in a village, that's not this movie.
No.
Yeah, and that's what I think people were going in for.
Yeah. It's a better story than what the trailer made it out to be.
Oh, 100%.
So I'll go into my review. This is, I'm going to say was my favorite of the Shyamalan 4. I'm giving this an 8 out of 10. I fucking loved it. I considered even giving this a 9, if I'm being real.
Strong.
I fucking love this movie. There is not a weak actor in this movie. Joaquin Phoenix kills it as the stoic love interest. Bryce Dallas Howard is fantastic. William Hurt gives the best monologues. Like you said, Brandon Gleeson's monologue in the open is great. Sigourney Weaver's good. Like, everyone is good. Like, the atmosphere of this whole movie, the twists, like there's the mini twist to the good twist to like everything about it. This is when Shyamalan was firing on good twist. Yeah. Like, I don't have a bad thing to say about this movie. Like, I really like it. Like, yeah, man. Like, I do kind of want to give it a 9. I'm going to say 8.
Yeah.
But like, it's so good. I highly, like, if you've never seen a Shyamalan movie, you have to either watch this or Unbreakable as your first Shyamalan movie.
Yeah, I'd probably start off with Unbreakable.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's like, Sixth Sense is his best movie. Sixth Sense is great. And I think people have that nostalgia. It was his first, and that's why. This and I think Unbreakable are better.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you. I think Unbreakable might be his best, but I mean, I do love those. Those are probably my top 3 from him. Like, this is, I agree with you. I have this as a strong 8 as well. It's really just a captivating movie. It's a really good story. Definitely give it a chance. Like, if you're looking for a straight horror movie, it's really not that. But it does have like that mysticism that like he's not a super dark guy. He never really goes a super dark route. Like, even in the movie Old, where like you're thinking like this is so evil what they're doing. But they're doing it for like a good purpose.
They have the best intentions,
their
but
intentions
it's like,
are good, but they're killing people.
Yeah.
This is just like, you're thinking fear-mongering, control, but it's just a group of people that are trying to start a new life. You may think cult, but the reality is they've all dealt with grief. It's not like a new generation. It's like them. It's still them.
It's still them.
They're literally just trying to create a new off of the horrible losses that they've had. And they're not like hurting people.
No.
It's a different way of life.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd say is they do like shelter from modern medicine, which
is an issue.
Potentially killed Brendan Gleeson's kid.
Yeah.
Which sucks because like they know about it and they still don't do anything about it. So
yeah,
like, they don't go out. But
that's the issue because they could easily just go out and get it.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like, man.
Yeah, but they're other than that, like they're not intentionally hurting people. No, I really do. The performances are so fucking solid. Everyone's convincing. Everybody's believable. Yeah, it's a really solid movie. It definitely caught me off guard, and the more I watch it, the more I really like it. And it wraps up like everything pretty well. Like you said, maybe like the color red
is the only thing I didn't understand.
Yeah,
but
the only thing's not like fully fleshed out.
But it doesn't need to be at the end of the day. Because like I said, it's not like a plot hole or anything. It just like, I was just curious if there was a reason.
I think it's just because it's such an alarming color. And
Probably.
It's their mark. Like they mark the door
red,
which is almost like a biblical symbol. Because I remember in Passover,
that's true.
Marked the
That's
doors
right.
red.
So that actually could just be an allegory for that or something.
It might be, dude. It might be. It's just like a form of just like, if you know, like the whole story behind like Passover and stuff like that.
Cool.
So yeah, no, I thought it was really, really solid movie. I really love this movie, and I can watch this an infinite amount of times and still feel something.
So we could jump to the Necronomicon, which is one character.
Oh yeah, Adrian Brody.
Yeah, unless you count Brandon Gleason's kid, we didn't know.
No, you're right, Adrian Brody. It's gonna be Noah.
It's Noah.
No.
Noah wasn't really a fan. I really loved the romance between Ivy and Lucius, and you kind of stabbed that romance. You broke my heart. You stabbed me in the heart when you stabbed Lucius. My heart was broken because they had true love.
You did.
When you're getting rock solid from a handhold, that's love.
Yep.
It's love. And Noah, he ruined it.
Yeah.
He kind of deserved to fall in that hole and die.
Someone would say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know what? This isn't even an honor in the Necronomicon. We're putting you next to Signs Dog and Radio from The Thing. That's where you're going in our Necronomicon.
Yeah, that sucks.
Noah thought he was going to be next to friggin' that girl's tits from Night of the Demons. Nah, he ain't going next to those.
Here's my thing. Okay, so you think by killing her lover, you're just going to fall in her good graces?
Absurd. And, that's a common theme, though, with people. That they're like, if I kidnap her and kill her lover, she'll have to love me.
Yeah, just not, you're not well. Like,
No, you
up.
need a doctor ASAP. I don't understand. I guess because I'm not a crazy person, I don't understand that logic. But
You'll never, you're never going to be happy, and you're fucking yourself over. And that, I think the experience, you're gone regardless. I feel you're never going to get her.
No.
So even if, no matter what, she's just not going to crawl back to you.
No.
You have a better chance of that, though, than killing him. But you just got to, find somebody else.
yeah, killing their love interest is never going to get them attracted to you.
No.
Just food for thought. All right. Sadly, we have to end M. Night Shyamalan August.
so
It was a
sad.
great time. I'm going to miss it. But sequel September.
Sequel September is going to be rocking hard this year.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun time. And next week, we're going to start off with such a fucking good movie.
It's going to be, we're going to get so hot next week.
Yeah.
We're starting off with the Final Destination, a.k.a. Final Destination 4.
Yeah. Some say it's the best one.
Some say it's the worst.
Some say it's the best one if you're looking at box office number.
It's the only way you can look at it being the best, because it ain't by the acting or the story or anything.
Yeah. Give it a watch, though, for sure. Definitely give it a watch.
Yeah, we're going to have 2 special guests on next week. Recurring Final Destination guests, Dale and Melissa.
Yeah, they were on last year. It was a fun time.
Yeah, it was. And I'm sure next week will be a swell time.
It'll be a good show. It'll be fun. Yep.
Yeah. So, I guess with that said, we are the Final Podcast signing off, and we will see you next week at a sport no one wants to watch.
Yeah.
NASCAR.
Yeah. No.
Who the fuck wants to watch NASCAR?
The fuck? NASCAR's? I mean, stock cars? Who likes stock cars?
Right. Fuck that.
New episodes of the Final Podcast every Monday. New episodes of Final Friday every Friday for the low budget fun we do at Mike G. It's a good time. It's always good fun here at the shows that we do. So definitely give us that 5-star on Spotify. Give us that 5-star on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe, like our videos, chat us. We're always happy to talk horror movies, and we are so excited to see you in sequel September.
Bryce Dallas Howard is a narf, not a wood nymph.